Into this song right now. I finally just did the 30-day trial for the Apple Music. I'm behind because I don't care. It's just like you like how things are. I'm in the mood to okay. I just keep it how things are, and then my curiosity, my curious side, is like, oh, what happens? Let's just see what it's like. That kicks in. So I did it, and it's weird, man. Music, it all sounds like other music. Like I listen to like these modern artists, and I'm like, okay, you can clearly hear who they listen to, because that's what their music sounds like, is all these other people. Supposedly we're supposed to have this big wave of new music and creativity, but I ain't seeing it yet. Nope. Anyway. Let's see here. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Health empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. Artie, you gonna stand right there, huh? That's just where you're gonna be, huh? Said, yep, and mind your own business. And let Artie be Artie. Let me be me, Mom. Okay, Artie Pants, you be you. Forgot my light. Anyway, I made an A. I'm going to do a talk here coming up called the Stratcom letter. Stratcom. I think it's SAC now. It's where they push the buttons from and off at Air Force Base. So Stratcom, the Stratcom letter is a talk that's coming up. I made out of electrical tape an A. And I put it on my shirt, and I go out, because it's really the Air Force. But we'll talk about that another day. I'll put that over here. So I gotta wash it soon, so. I don't want to wash my A. Anyway. So I haven't done a talk in a couple days. I haven't really felt like it. Not really a whole lot's going on. The weather's been nice. It's been like 51, 52 degrees. We've had the windows all open up. It's getting all stuffy, But once we open all the windows, it's nice. And see, because this is all new stuff to us. This is going to be our first spring in this beautiful place. We moved in, it was winter, all the leaves done fall off all the trees. So now to see all these glorious trees around us, it's gonna be freaking cool. I went up and took my camera out this morning early. The crows were out and about. I love nature. I'm a naturalist. Anything nature. And I get out, I put my music on, I go out and I ask the birds permission if I can take their picture, and they usually, sometimes I come across one, he's like, no man, leave me, I don't need to be documented, because there's some living things believe that every time you get your picture taken, snap, it's like a snap of your soul, right? It's like, and then wherever you leave that picture, or wherever that picture, I don't know. They can take little snaps of my soul. They ain't taking the majority of it. So they've been trying for years and years. They've been trying just to get me to freaking discard my values, my principles, my personal constitution, my own ethics, I haven't done it yet. So I almost did a talk yesterday earlier in the morning. I've been doing daytime talks. I listened to a song and it was by somebody else. My friend Charles posted the original. Might as well freaking be accurate. I like this song. I just added it to my playlist. I got a copyright yesterday on a short that I posted, so I deleted it. Anyway. We'll just hide that because I don't want to hear it. Okay, where is it? I posted it earlier. I'm not going to talk a lot about stuff that the mainstream media has been talking about and everybody else on the planet's been talking about, because quite frankly, I don't even care unless it directly impacts our life. It's all made up reindeer games. It's all BS, and it's just more nonsense that freaking somebody's trying to get people to buy into. And I ain't gonna do it. I didn't get the notification. Where is it? Better turn down my music. I don't want to get another copyright. It's so funny because there's other people on YouTube. They'll straight up be freaking playing their playlist and dancing around and freaking nothing. I heard somebody say that you got to keep it under 30 seconds. And my short was like 12 seconds long yesterday. So, I must not be in the right permissions group. So, okay, here's mine. The song yesterday, I heard it popped up in my head, and here it is. I found the post. Amanda McBroom is the original, and then Bette Midler did it. The song's called The Rose. I gotta take off my sweatshirt. I'm getting hot. Song's called The Rose, and we had to sing that in junior high in chorus. Now, I never thought that I had a really pretty voice. Like I hear people's voices, and I'm just like, man, their voice is like, it's like a hug at bedtime, man. It's silk. I thought Amy Winehouse had a voice like that. Just like, I used to think Adele did before she sold her soul, but back in her younger years, anyway, but I have a real strong voice, and it brought back all these memories. I always thought that song would have been a good like punk rock song, and I'll maybe I should put the link. This is the original. I never heard the original before. Charles, he's like a physicist or a nuclear scientist or something like that. He worked at Offutt. I knew him for a number of years. His dad was a general. That's what they do, is like they make these bases in like the places where these guys want to live, and then they just move around and live there. And dude, we really got duped. So I could put the original. And now I gotta find my talk. This is the original version. It's like a choose your own. It's like a. Hey, Robert Phoenix. I was in the Robert Phoenix live a little while ago. I'm like, I gotta go run my own mouth in my own chat. I'll be back later, maybe. Okay, so here's the original. Is it gonna paste? Oh, I hate that. I take it all the way. There it is. There's the original. And then Bette Midler. Now, I used to see all this stuff. I used to be the biggest fans of, and then it's like, when I'm paying more attention and appreciating things externally, I'm not. That's an imbalance in me. right? I used to do all this stuff, all the 3D stuff. I saw Bette Midler in concert, you know. Here's one of the programming. When I grew up with Beaches and that song "Wind Beneath Your Wings," right? Who didn't that? Who? You know, that was like an anthem to a lot of best friends. It was an anthem to like mother daughters. You know, it's just for that. You know, it was a very significant song for a lot of people, and uh, 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 now I got to do it. Here's the Bette Midler version. And when I went to basic training back in 2000, and this is with the lyrics too. I was feeling so moved yesterday. I almost came on and did a live and started singing the Rose, you know, in my own way. I didn't. It passed. That moment passed. So I was there. Copy. My channel. Boy, that cookie's starting to land too, so it's making it extra fun. Okay, I don't want to hear me, so let me pause the talk. Put there. So there's the original. And I saw Bette Midler with Sandy Barnes and Mo Lampy in, or not Mo, I said Mo Lampy, I did not mean that. Mo Haley. She's that, her name is different now. She's got a married name. 'Cause I bought into all that stuff, you know. That's what they want you to do. I call them false for profits. Those sneaky wily bastards. They're having that. There's a big old huge day about that today. Anyway, we had to sing that in junior high, and here's kind of a funny story. I can't remember. I think I told my friend. I don't know if I told this on a live. Back when we were, I'm so loud, right? That most of the time people are like, keep it down. Like, you're up here, I need you down, you know. And then like I listen to headphones, so I'll walk in, I'll be like, hi, I'm Marge. Oh wait, let me check my volume. You know, it only takes me a second. Sometimes I'll start and then catch myself, you know, because I'm blind. But given the opportunity, I project my voice, and I was in Smith's, the local grocery store here in town the other day, and it was morning. I like to go earlier in the morning. I'd rather dodge through people putting away inventory than frickin' these pretentious. They don't start oozing in until about 11 o'clock, so I like to be done and out by then. Anyway, I can't stand pretentious. And they're all economic backgrounds, all different shades of their skin. These character defects, man. I know them all too well. I've acted like this a lot in my life. Holier than thou. I've acted like that. I know what it looks like. I can if I'm not freaking being careful of how I act now. I can still act that way. Anyway, he gets on the phone and he's like, so-and-so in Delhi? And he's like, happy birthday. And then he's like, happy birthday. And he starts to sing, but he's over the intercom, and he's not real sure of himself. Like he was gonna start and then he was gonna say that, and that was gonna be in. And I'm like, he's at like register 6. I'm at like register 2. And so I was like, happy birthday to you. And I'm just like projecting, right? And he's on the intercom. And so old girl got a really nice birthday song over in the deli. And then later he's like, hey, thanks for chiming in there. I said, I couldn't leave you hanging, man. I said, I used to work at Chevy's Mexican restaurant, and it was happy birthday from all the Chevys crew. Wish it was our birthday so we could party too. I don't want to clap too loud in case somebody's on, or be like, blah, in case somebody's on headphones. I hate that. There's like, Joey. I dig that guy, dude. I'll meet him one day. Joey the Gypsy. We'll like pass by each other. I'll be like, hey Joey, what's up? And he won't know where I am. And but he does this thing. He's a smoker. And every time he does it, I like want to throw up in my mouth a little. He clears like the back of his throat. I want to do it right now, but I don't want to do it because I don't want to put anybody through. And he'll be sitting there, no. And he'll just do it. I'm like, oh my God. It's so hilarious. I barely graduated. I barely had a 2.0. Like, I had to have Saturday school this Saturday before graduation because I had history and English, the only two required classes I had my senior year. All the other ones were like elective stuff, like filler stuff to get me to come to school. And I'd ditch it at lunch, so I barely graduated in 1992. Yeah, no, I there is no. See, that's the thing is, with my IT background, I could be what people want me to be, and I would get a lot more views. I just am going to continue to be my own authentic self just to prove when people say, oh, just be yourself. The world will embrace you. I'm just here to say that's a bunch of bullshit. It was back in, I got pictures of it. It was back in 2008. I would have to look it up when she came to, because we got all the big names. I saw a lot, like, and then I'd see comedians too. I had a thing about going to see comedians for a while because I thought I always wanted to stand up and entertain. I make people laugh. I mean, I got my talk about recovery experience, strength, and hope. I got it on a DVD and cassette tape. Yeah, so I'm on all kinds of mediums, you know. And with my IT background, it's like I have I've had top secret clearance. I mean, it's just my imprint as far as like data, like technological coverage is vast. When I think about access that I've had in life, I'm not talking about people and personal relationships. I'm talking about systems, environments. I worked for aside from being a part of the United States Air Force and you know, the biggest racket and bamboozle and in the time frame of when America realized that it's all bullshit. I mean, 911 is a very big proponent, is a really big, for a lot of people, that was what woke them up. When they saw that, I didn't know the towers fell till 10:30 that night because we were too busy deploying equipment, off-bombing people in places we had no being, because we did that. Look, some guy in a cage knocked the buildings down, so we got to retaliate. It's all been lies, man. It's engagement after engagement, and then you have all these people that go over, and then they figure it out, and then they feel bad for I feel bad for my part. You know, having to supporting the B-1 bombers that I watched later videos of pilots in B-1 bombers laughing as they shot civilians in Iraq. This is the stuff. And I got something to say though about when so-called corrects all come up at the same time, it's taxing, right? And my energetic field has been taxed the last few days. Because what are they saying? Upwards of 33,000 people have died in the Syria, Turkey region. I was initially supposed to go to Turkey. And Turkey was like, no, we had personnel already there. They wouldn't let them leave. They just were like, no, we're not cooperating now. So I went to Crete instead, which is fine by me. And then once I was there, they're like, okay, we'll play, your reindeer game with you. And then the people from Turkey came over to Crete, and then, just had a big old party where everybody got paid hazardous duty pay and got paid all this extra money because we went over there and killed people for some made up bullshit reason. And that's what people are proud of, right? I got a question though. So with all the people that lost their lives, God rest their soul, and thank you for your contribution to Source at this time. Yeah, and a lot of those buildings look like, they were freaking demoed too. I didn't watch a lot of footage. I had to stay out of this one. I can already feel it. The attunement of just all the lives lost. They're like saying that they're going after the contractors and stuff. It's all fun and games when everybody's making money and cutting corners and stuff like that. And then when there's like, oh no, they're gonna start pointing fingers. Yeah. Okay, but I got a question. It's real. It is sad. I'm not berating. I'm not freaking belittling. I'm not freaking. The lives lost over there at this time. It's sad. It reminds me of but we don't always get the numbers of how many people die. You get these tsunamis, it's like hundreds of thousands. We never know because we can't handle the truth. All that stuff, right? So all these people are, right? Okay. But what was it when freaking Obama was bombing Syria for decades? It's sad now. What was it then? When Obama was bombing Syria for years. These little drones, I fucking hate that guy. That's the thing, is blessed be. Emotional control, and knowing that the true power of the individual comes within restraint, but I get fired up. I get so fired up. He's one guy, man. I wouldn't do it. I can imagine it all day. I can imagine it. That's the thing. The cool thing about it, imagination is just kick him so hard right in the nuts, man. Just Obama with his little games. Where are all the pregnant pictures of his wife? Where are all the pictures of his wife pregnant? First gay trans in the White House. Come on, man. He does that when he clears, and it's such a, because I used to do that when I smoked cigarettes and I drank more alcohol and stuff. It was like, I don't know. I guess but anyway. You're in 1981. Yeah, but see, I always 81, so you're not, and then Mon, you graduated in what, 68? Yeah, you did. I know, because I know what year you were born. So I had notes. Of things I wanted to talk about. Aside from the rose, it was like, and because I even had a T-shirt, a Bette Midler T-shirt because I always get the T-shirt for the experience. That you go there, been there, done that, got the T-shirt. That's me. As a matter of fact, I found this T-shirt the other day, Mom. I used to wear this. I got it when I was probably 17, 18 years old. And it's another one that I had to retire. I can't wear it anymore. because it's the fabric is breaking down. And I'm not a deadhead. I ain't never been a fan. I did my fair share of LSD. Look, this is from a dye job. Here, went on a trip that I took down to Escondido. It was like the first vacation I went on. It was fun. Me and my buddy. This was back in 93, 94, 95, like summer of. Whenever Coca-Cola came to town, because we were at a Papas and beer, like Papa Frogs in Tijuana when the frickin' Coca-Cola caravan. I think I got hit on by the bartender too. Anyway, I was never much of a deadhead, but this is like the best freaking t-shirt I ever saw by the Dead. I freaking love this shirt. Cause I have a lot of special. I grew up in Redding, California. First time I went to San Francisco, I was 15 years old. I got to go with my friend Joycey. She was 18, 19. She already graduated. Mom, it was just be careful kind of thing. We were in her 68 Volkswagen. I think it was a 68. Fastback, Volkswagen Fastback, powder blue, baby powder blue. She had like painted the steering wheel pink and stuff like that. That thing we'd freaking fly in that thing, man. Just, anyway, we pull off the interstate, and there's like a dead guy on the sidewalk, a dead bum, a transient dude. And this is 89, 88, and freaking all these people are running up to him, and it's like, hey, welcome to, San Francisco. It's a beautiful place. But people really don't understand how gnarly and ugly natural is. It's brutal. Nature is brutal, man. What it does, straight up brutal. Anyway, I was thinking about that today. I made a couple notes here. The Raiders of the Lost Ark movie. Now, I always interpreted things different than other people did, and I had the mind of an adult from the time I was a very young age. I do believe it has to do with my disassociation, and I believe that data comes through power, electricity, and I was 9 years old. I completed the circuit on an electric fence, and those give enough jolt to knock a 300, 400, 500-pound cow, keep it off the fence. So that's the first time it was like, that was my meet cute to one of my guardian angels, because felt something kick me in the leg and knocked me off the fence, and then I became coherent, and I thought my brother was standing to the right of me. I kicked him. He's like, what'd you do that for? I said, why'd you kick me? He said, I didn't. Then he nailed me. Lives later is my... Anyway. So Raiders of the Lost Ark. There's a part. Well, I'm not so neurotypical, and plus I got a real vast background, and I'm autistic, so there's a lot of reasons why my vault is ginormous. I'm interested in a lot of stuff that people just aren't. Anyway, well, they are. They haven't been, but they are more so now. And I always thought that part at the end, if people have seen it, that's great. If they haven't, I'm about to spoil it. That part at the end where he tells the old girl that he's with, he's like, keep your eyes closed. Close your eyes, and whatever you do, whatever you hear, whatever, don't open your eyes until I tell you. And then they open the ark. They opened the ark, and they all just were looking. Oh, what's there? Right? And then this beam of light starts going through, freaking shooting through these guys. Now, cinematography back there was so corny and cheesy. It's terrible, but I was like 10, so it was kind of scary to me. Plus, all they got to do is put that music in there, and that makes it scary to me. And and these guys are all looking, right? And then they melt. And I'm like, that's how they get you. See, all that external stuff. When you go to the external for all the riches and all the gold and all the power, right? You look for that. You get the map. You go on the treasure hunt. You get the reward. You get the level up. You get the shortcut to knowing. There's consequences to that. There's consequences to that. You can get the same results of going a longer, more disciplined, dedicated path. You can get the same knowings, the same intuitions. People don't want to go the slow. They want to go the cheater way. And so we're going to see. It's the astrology, man. It's just getting nutty. I'm hearing. I'm already, I've been on this planet 48, almost 49 years. And now they're just like coming out with this BS. This is kind of fun. This is another funny thing too. Everybody's talking about security, privacy, all that stuff, right? When I worked at Offutt Air Force Base, the RCs, that's what they did all day long. They would just go around and fly around, and they call them training exercise, and they're just listening to everybody's conversations all over the United States, and they could fly quite a ways, and then they come and touch down, and they go off and they fly off again, listening to everybody. And that's okay then. See, this world is so confusing is because I never know when it's okay. Like with Syria and Turkey. Now it's sad. It's sad all those people died. It wasn't, so why wasn't it sad when Obama was freaking killing all those people and just remote controls? Remote control just killing all over the place. Making, this country that I live in, I love the land. I love the land. For my heart, my soul, my spirit is forever tied to this land. The people have made it just a ridiculous place. I live in I'm gonna put this in. I live in New Mexico. There's another guy. This is freaking absurd. This is to a short. Let's see if I can find it. New Mexico citizen. He did a short today. He posted a video earlier of a short. He went in to he wanted to file a complaint for an officer. And he wanted the guy's badge number and his name. And he got, I'm just going to post it on here. I found it. And he went in. And this freaking meathead. See, all these guys, they go in the military, right? And they do like 2 years. And then they go back home. And then they get a job in their local cop shop. Whether it's sheriff, police, whatever, And then they just get to freaking, go around and pick on all the people that freaking annoyed them their whole lives. They're fucking bullies. The majority of them. And as far as those, in regard to the good cops that are out there, you're so good. How come you let so many bad cops get away with so much crap? You're so good. So, where as far as I'm concerned in New Mexico, it's already a lawless state, man. Where I live, there's freaking people there 3, 4, 5 times a day down in Albuquerque. I don't live in Albuquerque. Thank God. And that's just it. I live in a... Here, this is the short to... If somebody goes over and says, hey, to New Mexico citizen, his following, I would like to do a live with him. Because I'm in the comments, I'm like, stop giving these fat cops 70K trucks, man. How about fitness standards for pensions? They all let themselves go, man. I mean, it was like every once in a while, but I remember freaking police used to be scary. No. They started getting paid more and started working less. And that's an imbalance. And then they don't feel good about themselves. Because somewhere down inside them, people know, you know. You know, and a lot of people don't care. I used to see it all the time. People that work from home, I'm like, you don't get 8 hours. Your productivity has gone down about freaking 60%. They put their stuff on like they're on. Nah, they ain't there, man. You're a lot of people in the last few years got paid to do nothing or less, a lot less than they did. Yeah, so. Anyway, what else was I going to talk about? See, I get tired in the evening. Oh, in the morning, I'm like more fired up. It's kind of funny. I've been trying to figure out what the dynamics are where I live. It's funny. It's like I always wanted to live in a compound around family, you know. And we do. It's just not our family. Everybody, we got the duplex up here, and it's brother on one side, sister on the other, and then you got another brother in the back who lives with his girlfriend or his wife or whatever, and their 3 kids that live at grandma's house, which is our landlady in town, because at school it's just easier. Because out here, I mean, they'd just be spending freaking an hour on the bus. So. But, trying to find the dynamics and stuff. I'm going to go down and get a fishing license. Tomorrow, I think, I'm going to go to Ace Hardware and get me a wagon, a yard wagon, and a rake, and just clean up all the leaves that are in the yard that they left over, because nobody raked this last season. You know, I would have, by the time I moved in, there wouldn't have been any leaves anywhere. You know? Anyway, so, start and the neighbor was out today, Steve. I went over and introduced myself to him. Wow, because he was out cleaning up brush, and it's just, you know, that's my poor man's P90X, and I gotta get spring fit, you know. You can't be talking trash to people about freaking fitness and taking care of your body and not do it. I mean, you can. It's just look like I'm not doing it. So, what else? So yeah, this is like my first with this Apple Music. I'm like, okay, now I'm in AI. Well, I've been in AI because I've been doing the Roku. So they have their algorithm. See, the way I look at it, I'm not worried about my channel popping or me being ever being a bit, because other people that have been born on my birthday, it hasn't bode well how they ended up with their ego. Hugh Hefner, Jenna Jameson, she used to be such a pretty girl. I fucking hate face augmentation, man. I hate when people freaking mess with their face and then go out and tout about how they're an authentic human being. I'm like, I don't even know who you are. Sure you do, Marge. I'm sure. No, you don't. No, you aren't that person. You're some person that, you know, there's too many people on the planet that need socks for people to be spending as much crap to try and freaking hang on to your youth. Okay, all right, you look a little younger, but you look weird, man. It's like, how many plastic surgeons are there really? So they go to the same school. They all learn the same techniques. So you have people that are pumping out face factories that all look the same. That's real pretty! Yeah, my birthday is the day that Philip fucking died. The 99th day of the year. My birthday, 11:01 a.m. I got one of those divine. My birthday time got the attention of a really pretty girl once. She stopped doing videos 3-4 years ago. Seems like it's just yesterday. A girl that she did videos with, Jenny Constantine, just started doing videos again. I don't think Heidi will ever do it. She's happy doing what she's doing now. Selling houses. She likes 3D world better, and that's cool. That's cool. I'd like to meet her one day, too. Heidi Vandenberg from Channel 27. She's classy, man. I just think that she's just like when and then I go out in the world and then I see these women all over the place and I'm just like, we're all the classy women, man. Where are they? The ones that, like, you know, care about themselves. She used to, I'm not sure if she still does, but I don't know. A lot of my exercise is dancing. Unfortunately, my feet are getting real finicky, so, but I love to dance, and that's how I like to keep fit with cardio. You gotta stay fit, man. You gotta keep your body moving. Mom was doing laps in the front yard today, huh, Ma? Out in the sunshine, and we sat on the porch for a little while. That was kind of nice. Get Mom out. Yep, she was out there yesterday doing the same thing. The cast of characters. So I think now where I live, there's like, okay, there's the duplex, and then there's the fence that comes around the yard, right? And then they have a storage unit, so they come in the side fence, and then there's like a fence that leans back up against the trailer, but they walk through there and it tilts. And then there's no fence on the end of the trailer, but I have my old sunning chair kind of leaning it up, kind of discourage traffic. Because there's dogs and cats, you know, all over the place. And it's annoying to get my dogs to go do their business when they're just too busy smelling all the other animals that are in the yard, you know, the other dogs that have been in the yard. Plus, they don't clean up after their dogs. I clean up my dogs after my dogs every day, you know, and I don't let them go past so certain part of the yard, right? But we got some power tripping going on. Power tripping. The power tripper. I've known these people. I've seen them my whole life, man. The power tripper. So we got some power tripper, right? I'm going to ask the landlord, so is your daughter's boyfriend? I just want to ask to make sure, is he like a little slow? It's okay if he is, because I'm a little slow in a lot of areas. I am. So, you know, if he's slow, then I don't want to make fun of nobody if he's slow. And an example of that is, because, like, he comes over, see his girlfriend. I think they're mostly at his house. I don't know. There's, like, you hear him yelling and screaming and stuff. Whatever. It's always something going on. And so, they open the gate, because I guess they let the dog use the yard, which is fine. That's fine. Dog park it up. Cool, you know? I just pay rent. It ain't my world, you know? It's cool, right? Just clean up after your dog. And close the gate behind you. You know? Because it's 2 times now. And the way I look at it is, like, I don't want to go into it, but this is where that would be cool if I had a place like on Zoom or a place like that, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about I won't talk about. I know it seems like I talk about everything and I have no filter. I'm a Scorpio moon, assure that there's plenty of things that I do not disclose. So like the last couple of days, they come over. They're not here very long, but they leave the gate open. So I just get to walk over and close the gate, and it's just hilarious to me. Like how powerless people feel in their lives. So that's the kind of bullshit that they have to do to establish that they have control over what happens in their reality. I've seen these fools my whole entire life, man. My parents used to do this stuff to me. Maybe someday. Yeah, I haven't talked about that. There's a lot of new people that listen about the wild adventures of my youth with Mom, and how I come to learn that. Oh, I'm at 45 minutes already. Lego that ego, Marge. Coming to the understanding of what extreme pressure and stress does to a person's psychological well-being. I never thought, and see, and the thing of it is I never would have understand her psychosis had I not been so close and faced with like the potential of being homeless with Mom and the dogs and cat since summer of 2020. So I know that stress. And you can see that stress in me in old videos where like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I know everything's going to work out. I just don't know how. I mean, like, you could see the fear in me. You could see it, or me trying to freaking keep the fear away, because I know that God is always taking care of us. It just has been real touch and go for a long time. And it's been hard not to be scared. It's taken a lot of effort not to be scared. Especially with all the freaking, everything else going on in the world. Not having a day off, like 5 years, 4 years, just like a day that I haven't, like where I could just go off and do stuff It's a lot. I'm still smiling. Some days I don't, though. Some days I don't. Some days I gotta look real hard for my sense of humor, but I got a couple of pictures of some crows today. See, that's why I think I want to get a desktop so I can just freaking. This one was cool because I don't know. They cooperate with me. They do. If they want their picture taken, cooperation is nature's way. They cooperate with me. Sometimes they don't want their picture taken. This one was like schmoozing it up. And then I got the sun glistening off of his beak. You can't see it because of lighting, but I got a couple good ones today. Like this one, he's flying off. Pew! I got some snapnacks. This one, it was like the white-winged warrior. The reflection kept making his wing look like he had a big patch of white. Me and Mom don't like eating the ends of bread, so today I've been collecting them and dried them out, and then I went out and fed the birds all that. I broke it all up. It's like multi-grain bread stuff. So that's cool. Anyway, I think I'm done talking. I think I said everything I wanted to say. But if I didn't, wasn't supposed to be, huh, Ma? How you doing, Ma?
I'm doing good.
You doing good? Yeah, we'll see about that after we wash her hair tomorrow. She hates doing it. I hate doing it. We gotta do it. Huh, Ma? It's a necessary wickedness, huh? Yeah? Did you have a good day? Yeah. Alright. What else? I had more notes, but the notes that I took are for longer stories, so it's what I got for now. Hope you have a rad night. Peace.